Mr. Vice President, thank you for being with us. Actually, I would like to talk less on Greece and more on your agenda. Just one or two short questions on Greece. Today we had the approval of the Omnibus Bill in the Parliament. I know you have already welcomed it. And after that we had the initialization of a non-confidence procedure by the opposition. Any comment on this? Does it affect somehow the whole environment, the timeline of the exit, the program exit?
We hope not. In a sense, today's Parliament vote was important development towards program exit, towards a successful completion of forced review. Of course, there are still some further work which needs to be done at government level to meet all prior actions, but broadly speaking, this work appears to be on track. So earlier today I had a meeting with Prime Minister Tsipras, and government is putting lots of effort to ensure that it's a successful completion of the program. So we remain confident that this remains the case, and also we're currently working on overarching agreement on 21st of June in next week's Eurogroup on completion of the program, which means force review, which means debt measures and post-program arrangements. And there's lots of efforts put in that this agreement actually can be reached on 21st of June. As I understand, this motion of censure is related to the separate topic, which has to do with the name issue of potentially Northern Macedonia. There, as you know, European Commission welcomes this agreement and leadership which has been shown by both prime ministers, and considers it's important to close that chapter to solve the name issue, which we think will be beneficial both politically and economically for the whole region.
You said even today that you're expecting an upfront debt relief for Greece. What do you mean by that?
In this case, what we are emphasizing that there needs to be a credible package which alleviates Greek debt and debt servicing burden in a first post-program years to ensure more gradual return to the markets. That's why we are emphasizing this upfront measures, that it's not only like medium or long-term measures like, for example, the growth adjustment mechanism which is being discussed, but there needs to be also short-term measures, and Greece needs to leave the program with substantial fiscal buffer. So this is what we emphasize, because we know it's a very delicate exercise to return to the markets with public debt of 180% of GDP. So we need a package which is convincing for the markets, and of course it's important that Greece stays on track with sound fiscal and macroeconomic policies also in a post-program period.
Regarding the buffer that Greece has to create, do you think that this is the only way that you enter in the markets, the only efficient way? I'm asking that because it will be great if Greece doesn't need to use this buffer.
In this case, as you know, with markets you cannot run issues which are kind of very narrow. You cannot have depleted state coffers, because that is perceived as increased risk by markets, and it's charged with higher interest rates as a result, or limited accessibility. From that point of view, having those upfront measures, having fiscal buffers is reassuring for markets, which then in result translates in lower interest rates when Greece will actually go to the markets.